doing?
Let me go get my.
Hey, what the heck? Let me see. Did we start? I think we did start. Yeah. Oh, I'm not supposed to be in here. My bad. Wait, that's the interview. this thing started.
I like it when she walk, but I love it when she stepping in them heels.
She wearing heels, girl, you know I like them heels. When she's walking in them heels, sex appeal, so revealing, so hypnotic, so exotic. She's as sexy as she feels. When she's walking in them heels, she's walking in them heels.
It's like, what's your name? Better than ass like that to blow the picture out the frame. Mommy stay reppin' whenever she step in. Shorty stay fly even during the recession. Long as the hilltop master dress. I don't care if it's top shelf or for good to pay less. Shape of a bottle with the walk of a model. Damn, she so mean when she puffin' on that green. Maybe it's the jeans or maybe it's Maybelline. Maybe it's me or maybe it's you or maybe it's the Jimmy Choo. Lil' mama stay bossin' whatever it take. From New York to Texas on up to Salt Lake. Even at the market, it's like the red carpet. Everywhere she goes, like a fashion show. See, I'm a go-getter, and she a go-getter. Got ice as cold as winter day, you leave your chick with us. Come on.
Heels, girl, you know I like them heels. When she's walking in them heels, sex appeal, so revealing, so hypnotic, so exotic. She's as sexy as she feels. When she's walking in them heels, she's walking in them heels.
I like your confidence, sexiness, all of that is evident. Stepping real smooth like you stepping for the president. Heel hit the ground, body started settling. Ass started shaking, I almost gave you some medicine. Body looking delicate, smooth, elegant. Perched in them heels, relaxing like a pelican, yeah. Girl, you know I like the wind. Body looking like a S, watch it as it bends. Go ahead and snake, move like a python. Body too sexy, girl, leave them lights on. Women are from Venus, men are from Mars. You know I got the right one, baby. Ray Charles. She rockin' Christian Louboutins, all those pouting. Hard as a mountain, body arched, squirting like a fountain. Once, even twice, but tell me who's counting heels.
It's on me still. See, I be climbing up them hills like Jack and Jill, but I ain't shooting for no water. Nah, it's more like a son or a daughter. I ain't got a spoiler. Look, mama pay her own bills, homie, you bet that. I just get behind her and tell her to back. Bend over slightly and give it a tap. He'll sending me Morse codes, tell me to tap that. Twisted in the head, got me twisted like a dread. Take them heads over heels and put them heels over head. Yeah, you heard what I said. Shorty bout bread, and if you think the cat's bad, just look at that ass. In the East Coast, they be like on the real son. In the South, they be like, shorty got a fat one. In the Midwest, little mama go fed. In the West, she be jerking all over the bed. Come on.
She wearing heels, girl, you know I like them heels. When she's walking in them heels, sex appeal, so revealing, so hypnotic, so exotic. She's as sexy as she feels. When she's walking in them heels, she's walking in them heels.
I like it when she walk, but I love it when she stepping in them heels. I like it when she walk, but I love it when she stepping in them heels. I like it when she walk, but I love it when she stepping in them heels. I like it when she walk, but I love it when she stepping in them heels.
All right. This is it. Welcome. My name is Marcus, aka E. I don't care what you call me, just call me baby. What's going on? This is the first ever podcast ever that I've done. I've done live streaming games, but I've never done a live streaming podcast before. So this is the first time. So please bear with me. We about to make it do what it do. So first off, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to go ahead and introduce the cast and the people who are here. And I want to give a special thanks to them. Um, a lot of invites went out. I can only have a couple of people on here, and luckily, I'm taking that. Luckily, I was blessed to have them come through and help a brother out. So, without further ado, I'm gonna get to the first guest. The first one is goes by the name of, I believe, Queen Ashanti. Um, she is. She works in the healthcare field and she holds it down good. So welcome in Queen Ashanti. All right. Calm down, ladies. Calm down. I mean, gentlemen, she's taking for it. She's taking for it. She's taking for it. All right, the next one is my homeboy Steve. I've known him for quite a while now. We both did a course in got our degrees for digital cinematography. He also has a gaming channel as well. His name is he goes by Diz Riz. Please give it up for the one and only Steve G. Yes, yes. Hold it down. And last but not least, we got Trap in the building. He goes by Trap, and his company is Trap LLC. And he is over there doing his thing. He is the best thing smoking, and he's smoking on the best thing. Give it up for the one and only Trizzle. And that, my people, is the cat. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? And how y'all doing? What's going on? Starting with you, Miss Lady Queen. How you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
All right, not too bad, not too bad. Steve, what's going on with you, G?
Hey, we making it. We making
Hey,
it. How you
hey,
doing?
my guy. And Trap, man, how you doing today?
Man, another day in paradise, man.
Man, I hear that.
Can't
I hear
call it.
that. So we're gonna go ahead and get in this. This is basically just we talk about any and everything. I got a few topics that I want to hit on, and thank you for the likes as well. And if you can, please subscribe. Uh, and we gonna make it do what it do. Thank you, Dewan, for that. Yes, we are doing it, baby. We are doing it. So we're gonna jump right into it. We're gonna, like I said, we're gonna cover a wide variety of just different topics and different things that are going on. If you guys have any questions or any input to put in, please do not be afraid. Or just want to say what's up. Please do not be afraid to hit up the comment section to do so. So we're gonna go ahead and go on to the first topic of the day, which has to do with Brittney Griner. Now, I'm not a political or a very in tune with everything, but basically from what I get, from what I picked up so far, is that uh, in the States, I believe she has the ability to use medical marijuana. She went overseas to Russia. Russia, they said, yeah, that's a no go. So, with that being said, did they, is it, what is the issue here? What is the problem? And there's two questions that that I've posed together. And one of them is the United States doing everything that they could do to get her back? Why or why not? All right. So Ashanti, like I said, she got stuck over there. She got found guilty, and we're laughing because I know she's not too political savvy here, but we're gonna try to do the best we can. We're gonna do the best we can. Thanks for the subscribe, Dewan. I appreciate you, my brother. That's my dog. Um, so do you think that the United States could do more to get her back, or do you think they kind of just not doing, or what do you think?
I feel like they really not doing, but I don't know because I ain't read too much up on it. But I believe 9 years that they gave her is extremely too long.
Okay, okay. Steve, do you have anything to say about this? What do you think? Do you think the U.S. could be doing more? Or do you think that they're doing what they can do with what they got?
I'm gonna just keep it PG. I don't think they're doing enough. I mean,
Hmm.
9 years for something that was prescribed for to her in the states. I think that shouldn't be an issue,
Okay,
especially with her going back and forth. You know what I'm saying? Like being a political person over there in Russia. I don't think that's enough. I
okay.
mean, well, I think it's too much
Too
for
much.
her stature. Yeah,
Okay,
definitely.
okay. All right, appreciate that. And my guy, as he rose up in his friendly state, where I'm pretty sure they allow it. Looks like Las Vegas. Is that where you at, sir? Or
Oh no, sir. I'm actually in Oklahoma, born
Oklahoma?
and raised.
Oh man, where the wind blows over the plain. That's a beautiful place to
Still
be.
legal,
If I
still legal.
could be anywhere, I would love to be there. You feel me? Um, so what do you think, man? Do you think the United States is doing enough to help Brittney Griner? Or do you think that it could do more? Could do
I
more, could do
believe
less.
something could definitely be done. They could
Something
definitely do
definitely
a
could be
little bit
done.
more. I believe she received a harsh punishment.
Mhm.
And I believe the United States could step in and do something about that. Do I believe that's a priority? Not necessarily.
Okay, okay, okay. Now, I appreciate all you guys for your candid answers, man. So with that being said, there is a question that I have also built around that is, do you think that the failed war on drugs, do you think that that plays a part with, does US play a part in, her being locked up because of that? Because I believe that a lot of countries probably jumped on the bandwagon of, you know, um, the drug war to participate with America. Do you think that that played a part um, in her even being sentenced because of that, Queen Ashanti?
I do.
Short and simple and
I do.
straight to the mother point. I
I
love it.
do.
All right, all right. And what about you, Steve? Do you think that the field war on drugs from the U.S. played a part in that? Because it seems like a lot of people that want to do business with us, we were like, hey, you gotta cut out that drug use. Do you think that that played a part in her being sentenced there?
I think it was, and the thing is, I mean, it's like she was like prescribed that shit nationwide. Excuse my
Mm,
language, but she was prescribed that nationwide. So any company that would jump on the bandwagon in regards to our, what I'm saying, our nature in regards to prescribing drugs, in regards to healing, I mean,
yeah,
they should be on board with it. I think that shit is wrong.
yeah. Because I definitely think that, like I said, they wanted to do business with the U.S. The U.S. had these strong views, so I think that it forced a lot of people to pick up our views that we put out there. Do you think, Trap, that it played a part?
Most certainly.
Street and sweet and straight to the point as well, man. You guys must be related. Y'all do not play around. All right. So, with that being said, this is my biggest thing here, and this is one of the questions that I think is most important. Is, do you think the United States needs to take a look at its own laws and views towards um incarceration and drugs, being that we still have people here that are incarcerated, um probably even more time. I guarantee it's more time in certain cases than Brittney Griner is. Do you think that there needs to be a look and a revamp of how America views drugs as well and incarceration, Queen Ashanti?
I do. I know people who are in jail for longer than murder for drugs, so definitely.
All right, all right. And the same question goes to you as well, Steve.
Hey, I feel the same way. Like I got homies that's been locked up for years. You know what I'm saying? And they're saying that this it's a drug trafficking issue, but it was just trying to smoke that shit. You know what I'm saying? It was an OZ. It wasn't no more than a pound. Even if it was a pound, you know what I'm saying? You can smoke that shit in a week. So what's the issue? You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like it was a kilo or like some El Chapo type shit. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah.
So um I feel that it was totally wrong. Definitely.
Okay, okay. And the same question goes to you, Trap. Do you think that the United States needs to look at its own laws when it involves incarcerations and drug and the drug war, and how it treats its own citizens when it comes to the use of marijuana or
For
any drugs
sure.
per se?
I feel that I feel that we have a lot of mixed views on drugs. In the state of Oregon, you can literally have any drug and it's legal. Um, in certain states, it's medicinal. In some states, it's recreational. In some states, it's completely xed out. And I just feel like that's unfair. That's unfair to the citizens. That's unfair to the people. And I feel like it should be looked at on a more federal level.
All right, man. I love to hear it. I love to hear it. Thank you for your opinion on that as well, man. Thank you all.
Also,
Yes, sir.
I agree. And I feel that like We have people over here that's locked up, and what about them? Are we supposed to just point the focus at this WNBA star because of her status? Because she's not even in our country right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we got people over here in our country that's in legal states still locked up for marijuana.
Point proven. Point proven, man. Also, you in the comments as well, man. If y'all want to chime in, feel free to chime in as well. Oh man, oh man, oh man. Look at here. Look, we got a special guest in the building as well. Oh man, the stars are out tonight. We get blessed from the one, we get blessed from Trap and Steve, and now the great Terrell Sanders has came in. Do you think your stance was so harsh? Oh, sorry. Do you think your stance was so harsh because she is American? That's a great question.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, go ahead, Steve. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Hey, I ain't trying to like, you know what I'm saying, like shun nobody, but yeah, I think it was leading up because the thing is, she was locked up before the war even started, type shit. So with her being locked up, that was just like a edge up to get everything else to hold the Americas accountable in regards to her situation. You know what I'm saying? So we got one of yours, what you gonna give us? Type shit. You know what I'm saying? And that shit is wrong. Because the thing is they're a communist company or a country, not company, country. So with them being a communist country, you know what I'm saying, everything goes through their uh what it, what I don't even know what the fuck they call that shit over there. I can't even think of it right now. But I'm just saying, like everything goes through Putin,
Okay,
whatever
like a little
his
dictatorship or
statue is.
whatever.
Yeah, dictatorship. Yeah.
Okay.
So like he was like, man, I got one of yours. What you gonna give me?
Okay.
And that's where that shit lies. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay. So with that, I think it's also they knew what they were going to do, right? So they already knew that they were going to plan this attack and all that stuff. So I wonder, yeah, was it a situation of, well, let's stop her, let's make an example, and like you said,
Exactly.
kind of see, okay, well, hey, we got yours now. What's the next move? Okay. Do you have anything to add in the Trap?
No, I agree. I feel like they tried to make an example out of her.
Okay.
definitely.
Uh, so Kel says, do you think it is? So you feel it's more of a political ploy? I think personally that I wouldn't be surprised. What says you, Queen Ashanti?
I think so too. I I do. I have to agree.
And Steve, what do you think about that?
I think it's definitely a political ploy. To draw the US back from being military. Um, you know what I'm saying? So the US won't get involved with the other UK or yeah, Europe assets, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Oh, we got one of yours. So if you do something, 9 out of 10, we're gonna do something to her and we're gonna hurt you. You know what I'm saying? Even though Brittney Griner, she's a black female in the United States. I mean, it's not a big loss to the US, but
Mm-hmm.
it's a big loss to the black community. You get what I'm saying? So it can turn your people, it can finagle your people in regards to the states of like, for them to actually think like, why you didn't do nothing? And it can turn your people on you. So we have something to ploy against your whole country if need be.
Okay, okay. What says you, Trap there?
Um, I think it is political. You know what I'm saying? Um, I think it's both. I think it's her being held accountable for the actions, even though it's a harsh sentence. But I also believe that it's turning more political because of all the attention that's receiving.
So do you think if it was Trap LLC over there, do you think it would be such a big deal?
I feel like don't nobody even know. People don't even know about people that's locked up here.
Yeah, yeah. Point proven. And I don't know why I said that because you are a megastar because you got a certified stamp on Cash App, and I don't even know how you do that. I was trying to figure out how do I get a check on Cash App.
My money good.
I seen that it said something like about being an
Oh,
important person. I'm like, well, huh? Help
Hmm.
me, brother. We'll get on that later. We'll get on that later.
Sir.
However, another star in the building, my guy, Dewan, man, he said they did the harsh sentencing to force a trade off, which I think is what we talked about before, about some of the people that they wanted released for other American switch, swap them and everything. So I think that's definitely a valid point. Does everyone agree on that aspect of it?
mm.
Hey man, thank both you guys for your comments, man. And thank you for tuning in as well. Anybody else, if you want to get in, feel free to also hit the like and subscribe. But yes, back to it all. Um, so yeah, I think it is very important for America to definitely look at the laws and what they're doing here as well as what's going on because believe it or not, the same thing could actually happen to Brittney Griner in the states. She can actually be locked up, taken away. The only thing, like you said, Trap, I believe, is what makes it bigger is that it's in Russia, her, but it can easily happen here. I think that the economy, her financial status might be able to help her out a little bit more than maybe the regular Smojo. But I think that the fact that it could happen is still something that needs to be dealt with. Um, so I appreciate you guys on that aspect. What we're gonna move on now to is another topic of uh, Breonna Taylor. So the thing with Breonna Taylor was the what has came out recently is that it's alleged that the police kind of fudged up the search warrants and all those things, which allowed cops to kick into her door, ultimately killing her and all because they were looking for somebody who wasn't there. So they're looking into that now. So there are a few questions that I have for this. Okay, number one, I think this has been asked before, but I'm gonna ask it again to you gentlemen and you ladies. Should there be no knock warrants? All right, is anybody unfamiliar with a no knock warrant is? Okay, just for those who are watching, if you don't know what a no knock warrant is basically when they can just come, kick in your door, and serve you the warrant um, at any time. I believe they typically like to use night the day just for a surprise, but they can come in, kick it down. They got to get all these signatures and stuff signed off before they do so, but they do have the ability to come in and kick in your door without knocking on your door and simply asking, "Hey, is such and such here?" So Queen Ashanti, should that be a tactic that should be utilized?
I don't think so. I mean, being that I'm concealed to carry, if somebody that I don't know is coming through my door, my windows or whatever, I'm gonna start shooting too to protect me and my family. So I definitely don't. I don't think that should be allowed.
Okay. And Steve, it seems like you're in agreement, but I'm gonna ask you anyway. Do you think that the no knock warrant is something that should be used and utilized by law enforcement?
No, I definitely disagree with that shit, and I'm gonna be totally honest with it. My father was a tactical officer for the Chicago Police Department for 32 years. Um, if you had anything legal in regards to weapons in your house, if somebody intrudes with a no knock warrant, you can shoot their ass and take them out, and you will not be tried in court. Yeah, you might have to go to court and plead in front of the judge, but then the judge is going to throw it out, which will make everything, you know what I'm saying, a waste of time. But all in all, no. No knock warrants. No, don't come in my house. I'm gonna shoot you.
All right. Because you never know what's a threat. You really just don't know, and we've seen it time after time, and in this case as well, where people reacted to that threat, to that perceived threat, not knowing that it was law enforcement because it was fuzzy on whether or not they even acknowledged himself. I believe that that's what they're supposed to do. They had one guy, I think, that was outside, or one girl that was outside to say it. Maybe they did, or maybe they didn't. Um, so yeah, I think it was actually one person outside that said they didn't hear them say it, but there was like somebody that was further away that was supposedly supposed to be able to hear them say that. So I posed the question. Excuse me. I posed the question to you, Trap. Should there be no knock warrants?
Um, I don't think so. Personally, I feel like there's more risk than reward. You know, um, in her situation, it cost her her life, and that was the biggest risk. And the reward was what? Catching a bad person. You
Actually,
know
there
what I
was
mean?
no war because
They
the
didn't even catch nobody.
person that they were looking
Exactly.
for was somewhere completely different.
So there was no reward. You know what I mean? So like, and in other cases, it can be an easy mistake as a wrong address. It could be an easier mistake of not announcing police. Um, there used to be a lot of things, and I could believe that it's a conflict of laws because it's not against the law for me to be chilling with my weapon in my own house. It's not against the law for me to shoot somebody who's breaking in, who I feel like that's causing a risk to my life, and I believe I could defend myself. So, like, with that being said, nah, I'm against it.
Okay, okay. I definitely agree with you, gentlemen and women. I think that it puts a lot more people in danger, um, and especially when you have a possibility of being wrong, right? Because by all intents and purposes, that person is doing what they should be doing if they think someone is coming to break in. They're reacting in that way. So if you got the wrong house, that's just a law abiding citizen that you're breaking into their house. So how would you expect for them to react? Because I guarantee if the tables were turned, any of those law enforcement um, individuals that if they had somebody kicking their door, I guarantee they would probably grab their weapon and try to defend their family. So I definitely agree with each and every one of you. So as stated before, this whole thing was fudge from the word go. I think they're alleging that it people signed off on things that wasn't true and said things and a lot of false information that was given. And even to the part of where I believe the what is it called? The it's a little section before you go to uh courthouse. What is that? I forgot. Like I'm trying to think of the word right now. Grand jury. So even with the grand jury, so I'm not a scholar by any means, but um, if I believe the grand jury is to see if it goes to court. So what happens in the grand jury is they say, okay, well, hey, we're gonna give you everything, or give you, well, it should be give you everything, but in this instance, they did not do so. What they did, and correct me if I'm wrong, anybody in the chat that knows how this went, but I believe that they basically overcharged everyone who had anything to do with her killing. So they overcharged. So the people that were on the grand jury had to say, well, it doesn't fit, right? So if the standard is that you had to go in there and your intent was to do such and such and such with the statute that we put on there, if that's the statute that they're going with to charge you, if that wasn't what you meant to do, then it doesn't fit. So therefore they say, well, that's done. But they had to figure out a way to get somebody in trouble, and they decided to go with the person who shot into the window, who couldn't see, and shot into the next house, the next apartment complex unit. So the person, I think DL Hughley said, the only person that got charged with it was the person that didn't shoot her. Somebody that shot into an empty, into another, I'm not empty, but into another residence. Um, so with that being said, I have another question, but I want to check out what Terrell Sanders said before I get to that question. Even if they announce police, it doesn't matter. Criminals will announce police as well to put you at a disadvantage. Agree or disagree with that?
Definitely
Agree.
agree.
Oh, I've seen some ring footage. Thank you for that, Terrell. I've seen some ring. Hey, man. Hey. Another life, another life. I've seen some ring footages of people actually saying, "We're the police. We're the police. Open up. We're the police." So yes, I think you're 100% correct that that would um put you at a disadvantage as well, especially if they know the protocol. But my next question, in which I'm going to pose, is: do you think that there should be a civilian sector to overlook for oversight of the police? Because we've seen time after time, no matter if it's the police or if it's any other entity, when they're left to police themselves, right? They do not tend to not do a good job. So do you think there should be a civilian oversight who may had uh the ability to look at the warrant and make sure everything was put in place? Also look at the grand jury to make sure that the grand jury got the information that they needed to make the proper judgment on that call. Do you think that there should be an oversight by the civilians? Queen Ashanti, I ask you first.
I think so, but honestly, I don't know if it would even work. But just because they put their view on it, I mean, they can go over that. They can do what they want to do at the end of the day.
Yeah. Okay. And Steve, what do you think? Do you think there should be a civilian oversight when it comes to law enforcement and the process of of the whole process in general?
I think it should be an oversight, which is already in place with internal affairs and so forth. Just knowing from my dad's, what I'm saying, stature on the police force. But the thing is, though, it's not enough time. It's not enough time in regards to it. But when it comes to not having enough time, they should be um, well trained and efficient in what they're doing versus just kicking it in the door and the first person to move gets shot. Like, no, that's totally wrong. That's totally wrong. Um, I was reading the comments and somebody said about flashbacks. Yeah, it was definitely flashbacks because you know what I'm saying. If you in the wrong area in the wrong time in the wrong situation, yeah, you can become a statistic. So, um, is laws and customs and creeds in regards to it. And I'm gonna just leave it at that.
Okay. Before I get to your trap, man, I want to check out Mr. Freeman in the building. Civilian oversight, yes. However, it shouldn't be 100% civilian led. There needs to be a representation of law enforcement, so it's balanced. Do y'all agree with that?
For sure.
Because I mean, when I think of,
In,
oh, I'm sorry, go
internal
ahead.
affairs.
What's that?
No, I was just saying internal affairs. That's where they come in. They play the part in regards to the local police department. Not talking about FBI, not talking about the county. We're talking about the police department, right? So internal affairs are the ones that govern the local police department. Those are the ones that are supposed to lay down the law in regards to what they can do and what they can't do. And I'm gonna just leave it at that.
Okay. Now, because I believe that a lot of the internal affairs are police themselves. So isn't that essentially police policing police?
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. So it's like the manager managing the manager. So in a sense, like not the manager to the district or division manager, it's the manager that oversees the manager, in another realm. So kind of like the FBI is above internal affairs, or internal affairs is above the police department. It's the echelon in regards to it. So they should be on point in regards to it, and they should be managing everything across the board: the mayor, You know what I'm saying? The governor, well, not the governor, but like the superintendent, um, the chief of police, and everything down from there.
Okay. Okay. So, and I want to make sure I hear you correctly here. Um, all right, you're saying that there's the structure. So, do you think that there should be um, a civilian, somewhere, some type of civilian oversight as well inside of that agency, governmental agency? I mean.
Oh well, for me, it is. It's already been intact. They just corrupt.
Okay.
That's just my facts about it. They're
Okay.
just corrupt in regards to it. They have who they like and who they dislike. You know what I'm saying? So like we say we like the seventh district, but we hate the third district because of you know what I'm saying, what money is coming out of it, what drugs are coming out of it, and what is being conquered in that area. You know what I'm saying? Like it's imperfection across the board. So it needs to be a higher echelon or something. I think they need to do away with it and do something else in regards to it.
Okay.
That's my
Okay.
thoughts on it.
No, I think you spot on with that. Trap. I'm gonna shoot to you. I don't think I hit you up on this. Should there be a civilian oversight?
Um, I believe it should personally. Um, I mean, you already got civilians policing other civilians, so why we can't police the police? I do believe that we should kind of have our own department, so we wouldn't kind of be so connected with affairs. However, we should be police led or like somebody or government led, wherever people can educate the civilians on how to properly oversight police. You know what I mean? Because I believe that they should be me, my neighbor, you know what I'm saying? People that's in the community who should be able to go do some of this oversight. So that's just how I feel about it personally.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Uh, Mr. Freeman jumped in again. There's with a great question, man. Our statement actually. There should also be much stiffer penalties for police that overstep their authority. It seems like we see time after time of a group of corrupt individuals that work in law enforcement that seem to get slapped on the wrist when it comes to certain crimes that they commit. Do you think that because they're put in a position of trust, that the punishment should be harsher for them? Queen Ashanti.
I do, because at the end of the day, right is right and wrong is wrong. So I don't think they should just be able to get away with just whatever they decide they want to do.
All right, all right. And Steve, to this great question that Mr. Freeman had posed, do you also or no, not a question, but the statement that he posed, do you think that it should be harsher penalties for those that are put in position of power?
Yeah, definitely. I totally agree. I totally agree with Ashanti and Freeman in the comments. Um, the thing is, what I learned before, uh, getting into adulthood and so forth, like my father before he passed, he told me to like try out for the police department, see if I make it, and I don't know if it was a test or whatever, but coming from the 80s to the 90s to now the 2000s, um, they normally hire within that same sector. So 9 out of 10, you got somebody that's part of a affiliation of that particular sector. Talking about Inglewood, Chicago, you know what I'm saying? You have gangs on every other corner. So 9 out of 10, just because they haven't got locked up or they don't have a felony in regards to that affiliation, 9 out of 10, they affiliated. So they need to do a thorough background check in regards to it. And it's hard to do that, when you have people intermingling, that's not upright citizens in regards to the situation. So it's hard to decipher that, but I think that would probably be the best bet to do an extensive background check or something like that. I don't know.
All right,
I don't know
okay.
if I made sense, but I'm just
I
saying.
got you. We tracking. We tracking. And Trap, same question to you. Should Oh wait, did I already ask you about the no the punishment? Should there be harsher sentence for those who are in a position of trust and erode that trust? Should there be a harsher sentence for them or punishment?
For sure. Because not only are you committing a crime, but you're abusing your authority.
Nicely said. All right, all right, all right. We are tracking and moving along. Again, I want to thank my panel, Queen Ashanti, Steve G, and Trap for coming through. Man, you could have been anywhere, but you are here, and I freaking appreciate each and every one of you. I was actually supposed to do this earlier, but since you guys have been doing some hard hitting things, I'm gonna go ahead and slide it in now. I got a couple questions to ask you. It can be short or long. It's a little thing. That we do here. I just say we just do it here. I have no idea. This is my first time doing this, so I can't. I'm lying. We don't do this here. I'm doing it right now. All right. So the question is, if you had an unlimited supply of one thing for the rest of your life, what would it be? Can you answer that, Trap?
Land.
Land. Yeah, boss, man. That's a boss answer right there. I like the way you thinking. I like the way you thinking. Same question to you, Steve G. If you could have an unlimited supply of one thing for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Cartel access.
Cartel.
I really don't know. I really don't have a answer for this at this time.
All right, no worries, no worries. This is fast food round. This ain't the only question, and I know you're trying to keep it PG, so we're gonna keep it moving right along. Same question go out to you guys as well in the comment section. If you had an unlimited supply of one thing for the rest of your life, what would it be? And I'm gonna ask the same thing of you, Queen Ashanti.
Money.
Money, money, money.
Money.
My name, my girl. All right. So the next question is, and I appreciate you guys taking time out again to do this. If you could see one movie again for the first time, what movie would it be and why? Queen Ashanti.
I don't know. I'll think about that one. Come back to me later.
All right. Steve, if you could watch one movie again for the first time, what movie would it be and why?
It would definitely be Scarface because he
Ooh,
paved the way and showed the oppression or suppression, whichever way you want to look at it, from the 80s to the 90s, of how a person from a lower class, I would say a lower class, not another country, but a lower class can surpass the upper class and
my
make
guy.
them their workers.
All right, all right. Say hello to my little friend. Next we gonna go to Trap, man. If you had one movie to watch again for the first time, brand new to you, what would it be and why?
It could only be one.
One. I know. It's not fair.
Oh, this shit is hard, bro. But you know what? Shit. Damn, bro. That shit hard. I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say how high.
How high? How high? That surprised me, man. I didn't think you was gonna go there. How high? I would have never picked how high. How high? Not Friday. I would have thought any of those movies for you. Uh, so yes, okay, man. I love it. I love it. And actually, somebody actually said the movie that I would choose myself, Life by Eddie Murphy with Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence. It for me, it was the
Yeah.
scene when he said, and I wish I can go back and see it for the first time because I laughed so hard when he said, "This ain't my daddy watch." In the in the
Oh
cuts.
man.
Oh man, still gets me. That ain't my daddy watch. Oh man, it was the outtake scenes. I don't know if y'all know what I'm talking about, but it was the outtake scenes. That man, that thing got me the first time I heard that. And yeah, of course he would. I agree, Tara. Um, and the next question would be teleporting or flying. If you could do either one of those, if you have any one of those abilities, what would it be? Teleporting or flying? Go ahead, Queen Ashanti.
Teleporting.
Teleporting. All right, let me
Because I
give it
don't
to you.
like flying.
Cause you don't like flying.
Mm-mm.
Man, I hear that. I hear that. Now, where would be the first place that you teleport to?
Maybe Dubai. I've been wanting to go there.
She lying. She going to like the hair salon or something like that. She ain't going no damn Dubai.
to the club somewhere. Somebody
You
liquor
know,
store.
man, like, I need to get my hair did. Hold on. If I go to Dubai. Steve, same question to you. If you could teleport, what would it be, dear sir?
It would be definitely teleporting, and it would be Aruba, not
Aruba.
Dubai, but Aruba. I fuck with Dubai, but yeah, Aruba definitely.
Man, Aruba's nice, man. I've been there. It's a nice place. Um, Track, man. If you could teleport or fly, if you had the ability to do either, which one would you do?
Man, I'm gonna definitely teleport. Um, I don't know where I'm gonna go. I might look. I don't know. Damn. I'll probably go to Hawaii on some shit real quick.
Hawaii.
Yeah, by the
Okay,
volcano or something.
man. That's what's up. That's what's up. I heard that's a beautiful place too, man. All right. So Hawaii. All right. I got one. No, I got two more questions for you, gents and ladies. What was the worst job you ever had? And feel free in the comments also to reply to any of the questions if you like. I'm gonna give that to you, Steve. I love your expression, man. What's the worst job that you ever had?
I think we had the discussion a few weeks back in regards to being a showcase member at Chuck E. Cheese. That was definitely by far the most embarrassing and worst job I ever had.
Okay. All right. All right. And Queen Ashanti, what is the worst job that you ever had?
I think housekeeping when I used to work for the hospital.
Housekeeping.
The first time, yeah, that was
Okay.
just a
Now,
mess.
why is that?
I don't know. It was just cleaning up people's mess and stuff. I only lasted like 3 weeks.
Okay.
Couldn't do
Okay.
it.
Okay. Trap man. What is the worst job you ever had?
Um, I'm gonna say working for my first dispensary.
Okay, working for a particular dispensary then,
Yeah.
because I'm sure that not all dispensaries are created equally.
Oh hell no.
Okay. Okay. All right. That's cool. That's cool. And so Terrell had a question for Steve. What did this job entail? You did not have to answer any of these questions. You can
Hey,
plead the fifth.
I just
Okay.
tell you, I do not like light skinned people. I'm just telling you. But I'm gonna go into the description and I'm gonna explain it. I was a showroom cast member at Chuck E. Cheese in Oakland, Chicago. I worked my way up to assistant manager, and to end my tenure of 8 years working at Chuck E. Cheese, I ended up getting into a fight. Yes, it was gang related. Somebody turned my hat straight, and with me being light skinned for one thing, you're not. No, I've been bullied a lot, like from preschool to second grade, and after second grade, I wasn't taking anybody talking crazy. So, you tell me to do something, you're not my daddy. It's an issue. Now, mind you, revert back 32 years of my father being a police officer. That's the only person I will really listen to. So you tell me to do something, no, you better have some type of statue on it. And then with it being related, came to a fight, jumped into a showcase. I ended up being in the hospital for like 6 days, with stitches. Um, what I'm saying, stitches on my arm, stitches on my hand, what I'm saying, and messed up my scholarship to Georgetown. So, to take it from a negative to a positive, I would have had a scholarship to play basketball for Georgetown in '98. Um, but it is what it is. I think it was just the free will of people finagling in the area. You know what I'm saying, or coming to that particular Chuck E. Cheese, but um, it's a life learned situation. I just put it like that and leave it at that.
Okay, okay. And my mother is in the building. I got to give a round of applause to my mother. I am happy to have you in here. If you don't know, that's her right there in the comment. She says, as a phone solicitor way before scam calling came about. So she was those people she was hanging up on back in the day. Calling you and wouldn't stop calling your phone. Thanks, mom, for that one. And trap. What is? I already asked you the worst job, right? I think I already went through everybody.
Mhm.
All right, yeah, all right, cool, man. Um, let me see. Terrell said something in the chat. Let's see. My man Steve was spending people are sending people to the gulag in the 90s. Hey man, y'all gonna stop triggering my homie Steve, man. Y'all quit asking me questions. Uh that's sending him back to that spot, man. We keeping it happy and friendly around here. We ain't trying to have no smoke around here. But all right, gents. Let me see. I got one more, I believe, question for you all, and that question is, what was the best piece of advice you've ever been given? What is the best piece of advice you've ever been given? Or been given? Queen Ashanti, can you hit that up for me?
My grandma used to say, whatever you got in mind, do it. Don't wait, because regardless, that year is gonna come. Whether you do what you're, like take action towards that plan, or whether you decide not to do nothing at all. So I'll go with that.
No, that's awesome because I definitely remember her remember grandma saying stuff like that, and it's happening now. Believe it or not, I spent. I'm supposed to have one more person on here, and I said if nobody was going to show up, I was going to still start the podcast. I was still going to do it, but luckily I had Steve, I had Ashanti, I had Chris, or Trap, sorry, come through and really show some love. So I really do appreciate you guys, man. One time, man. I really do appreciate you guys. I really do, man. I thank each and every one of y'all for coming through. So yes, that is great advice, man. Just do it no matter what. You don't have to wait for anything or for it all to come together. Just get out there and do it. As you do it, you add on and grow and become bigger. But it all starts with you going out there and doing it. That's a great piece of advice. What was the best piece of advice, Steve, that you've ever been given?
I would say the triple L legacy, live life loyalty. You know what I'm saying? You live life to the fullest. Uh, and you stay loyal to the people that's loyal to you. And everything else behind that creates a legacy. So um you, that's what I've developed within my 42 years of life. And, you know, nothing has faltered since then. So that's how I stand on it.
Man, man, that's deep. That's deep. Um, and last but not least, Trap, man, can you tell me what is the best piece of advice that you've ever been given?
Um, Best advice I received, one of them, really just to be yourself because everybody else is already taken.
There it is. There it is. Um, all right. That is all the questions that I do have for that particular topic right there. So we're gonna jump right right back into it. And please forgive me if my internet drops out. I just realized that I did not put it on the right internet. So hopefully it'll continue to flow and we can continue to do this thing. I got two more topics for you guys if y'all cool with continue going. Everybody good?
Let's go.
All right, bet that. Let's jump into the next one then. The next one has to do with the VA burn pit. So basically, for those that may not know about the VA burn pit bill, I just know I seen that recently. It had, I think it had hit the Senate, if I'm not mistaken. There was a bill that was prior to it where it got overwhelming support. I don't even think they had any big changes that happened to the following one, but there was 25, I believe, 24, 25 Republicans that voted against extending benefits to VA personnel who are VA or veteran personnel, or I guess we're not personnel anymore, just the veterans who were exposed to burn pits. Burn pits are basically where they threw all kind of stuff in a burn pit, and what happened is, depending on which way the wind blew, you were subject to inhaling those fumes. So there may be certain health problems that follow along with that. Um, they voted to not have that pass. Now, in another chamber of government, they just passed it. So it is passed. So the question that I have for you guys, because it is almost voting time, midterm elections, the question that I have is: um, do you think that that vote against that bill will have an effect on their midterms? I'll go with you first, Ashanti,
I
Queen
think I'm gonna
Ashanti.
let y'all handle this one.
Okay, all right, cool beans. All right, so Steve, the question is: do you think that this should or will affect their ability to in the midterm elections?
Yeah, definitely. I totally agree with it. Because I was one of a subject in regards to being in the area of burn pits when I was stationed in Afghanistan. When I was deployed, not stationed, in Afghanistan back in 2011. I think anybody that succumbed to the burn pits, or just take it back to Vietnam, Agent Orange, should be um they should be compensated in regards to the BS that, you know what I'm saying, because it was anything that you name was put into those burn pits. Like, to this day, we don't know exactly what was put into those burn pits. So I think everybody should be compensated if they um breathe in those fumes. To this day, I have, sinus infections and everything that I didn't have when I first joined the military. I'm having issues in regards to it, sleep apnea, um, sinus infections, allergies, things of that nature, stuff that I never dealt with before. So I really believe that everybody should be compensated.
Okay, I share that sentiment. I also know the burn pit very well. Uh, so yeah, I am familiar with that beautiful aroma. That and the damn what was that? The people that came and cleaned the porta potties. Anybody that's been deployed in those circumstances will know exactly what I'm talking
Or
about.
even in the field.
Oh
Definitely,
yeah,
if you
even
were
in
in
the
the
field,
field,
yeah,
definitely,
yeah, yeah,
definitely.
man, yeah. So I definitely am familiar with that. So again, there was actually a comedian. I think his name was John Stewart. I think he was the host of the Daily Show. I think before Trevor Noah. But I think he was one of the people that stood up and fought for that. Not only that, I think he also took part in the 9/11 as well. As far as getting them to pass certain bills to give people that, and that's crazy because how long ago was that? You know what I'm saying? And he's still fighting for people who for first responders and things of that nature. So the same question goes to you, Trap. Do you think that it should or should not affect their midterm elections? I mean, it's a lot of voters are veterans. A lot of people that vote are families of veterans. Um do you think it should or would affect their ability to get elected again?
In what way?
In the way that they in a way that they did not, I mean, basically they didn't support the troops. Right? If you turn to a slogan, they didn't support the troops because at the time of when people are dying and need assistance for the for injuries that may have occurred due to the perm pit. They went over there, they did their time, they fought, no complaints, came back and couldn't get help for that. Do you think that they should get reelected? If you're just looking at that, do you think they will have problems getting reelected if you just look at that standpoint alone?
For sure.
For
For
sure they
sure.
should, or for sure they wouldn't.
For sure they would have problems. Because there's a lot of people who support veterans, and not only do they support veterans, they support disabled people. Me myself, I have asthma. That won't work out too great for me.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So, um, yeah. So I guess that covers that one. I think that yeah. I think that I really real talk. I really couldn't tell you if it could. This is crazy political atmosphere, so I really don't know if it would, but should I think it should. Uh, because these people are signing up to serve their country. You know what I mean? To take the same oath that they took to protect the Constitution and the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. So, I think it definitely should. It should play a role in that, especially when you're talking about first responders and vets at the least. You know what I mean? At the least, talking about them. But all right, so we're gonna move right along. Um, we're gonna go on to the. Oh, sorry, I did that wrong. My bad. I'm over here trying to work this screen deck, and it is working me. Uh, all right, get you out of there.
I
Right
just wanted to say I agree with Mama in regards to the comments. Yes, definitely,
there. You seen
definitely,
it?
definitely. Yeah, definitely. My father, I want to say, just has experience. My father was out of Vietnam in 72 or 74, to be honest. My father retired from the police department in '01. He didn't get compensation for Agent Orange until '04, and he passed in '06. So I definitely agree with that. I definitely agree with that.
Man, I think the VA system as a whole needs to be revamped in some type of way because I know people who are still fighting and having to prove their legitimacy when it comes to their combat service, which is mind baffling to me, especially when they have it in the records. That is, it's not that hard to see, but yeah, that's how it goes. But moving on to the next topic. Y'all didn't have anything to add in that last one, did you? I know Queen Ashanti didn't. She was like, hey, man, go to the next one. I don't know nothing about this right here. What y'all talking
I got her. I got her. I got her. I got her.
Thank
about? Ask me something else. All right. So the next one is a little crazy, but it has to do with cuddle cafes in Japan. All right. So basically, I guess apparently you can go to a cafe. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You can go to a cafe, get a cuddle, right, and get some coffee. I guess, which is not too crazy because they actually have cuddle companions here in the United States. There's actually people that you can go on certain. I don't know how to look them up. I don't know all that, but I do know that they do exist, and you can cuddle with them, and they'll cuddle with you, and all kind of different positions and having fun. Um, so with that being said, my first question is would you ever use a cuddle cafe? Go ahead, Ashanti.
I
Yeah, feel
wouldn't
free to. I'm
personally.
sorry, Ashanti. Feel free to answer that in the comments too. Go ahead.
I said I wouldn't personally.
You wouldn't?
I wouldn't.
Okay. All right. She would not use a cuddle cafe. Next question goes, or this question goes to you, Steve. Would you use a cuddle cafe?
I plead the fifth.
Plead the fifth, my brother. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Even in silence, there's a lot of loudness in there. Overwhelming noise. Trap, let me ask you, my good sir, would you use a cuddle cafe?
Man, on a lonely night after some liquor,
Now, mind you, this is just cuddling, guys. This is only cuddling. There's nothing else up in there. It's only cuddling, okay?
Do I
Just
get
so
to
you
choose
know.
who I cuddle with? choose my preference.
You can choose the person. You got a cuddle catalog that you can go through to look at. Cuddle me up, says Tara. I don't know if that was
Coffee
familiar
good.
for who, but I'll take it. What's that?
The coffee good. I like
Man,
cappuccinos
the coffee is Starbucks coffee, and the cuddle is the top of the line cuddle, man.
on the bed. Yeah.
Yeah,
It don't sound bad, but no, I'll pass.
you pass on that.
I gotta pass, man.
Oh
It's
man,
coronavirus and monkeypox.
I
Gotta,
mean, with all that not being a factor, right? All that if that's the barrier that stops you, let's move all that out the way. Would you? She's been tested and approved to not have monkeypox, chicken pox, bird flu, swine flu, all that COVID. Would you do it?
Nah, man, I can't pay for cuddles. No cash for cuddles.
No cash for cuddles. He keeping it pimping all the way. So the question is,
Oh, you gotta pay? You gotta pay for
I
it?
believe you got to pay. This is a service.
Oh, hey, I'm with Trap then. Hold
This
on.
is a service, man. This is a service. Ain't nothing over here free. If you could have had an unlimited or something, maybe you should have picked your cuddle for your unlimited question. But ain't nothing free over here. It's all pay. So yeah. So okay. So I mean, because to me, I think that I don't know, man. I feel like this is catered to men. I think that this is men driven or targeted towards, and I think that speaks a lot towards how men are isolated. Really, you know what I mean? If you have to go pay for cuddles, like you're in a bad spot, I would think. So my final question to the panel would be: do you think men or women, or who do you think is lonelier, men or women? I'll take Ashanti on that one. The only lady on the panel. Who do you think is lonelier, men or women?
Men.
All right, straight to the
Definitely men.
answer. Was that
I said definitely men.
definitely men? Steve, what do you think? Do you think men or women? Who's the lonelier out of the two, men or women?
I would say definitely both species are lonely. We're just trying to find companionship. You know what I'm saying? Over the years, just trying to find something that tailors to our style of life. So I would say we're always looking. So I would say both men and women.
Hmm. Okay, okay. Trap. Who do you think is lonelier? On a general stance, do you think it would be men or women?
I mean, it should. For the women chasing cash and the men chasing ass, they both gonna be lonely.
I love it, man. No, I'm messing with that. I agree. I think you onto something there, man. I think you onto something there. But I also think, like I said, I think it's something that really needs to be looked at because I think it really does speak to the state of the world and how you know it's you got lonely people. How do you have lonely people when it's lonely people? You know what I mean? Like it seemed like somehow you should be able to connect somewhere. If both of y'all lonely, that seemed like the perfect connection. But like you said, I think if you're saying if it's money driven, then yeah, I can see where the divide comes from because I'm pretty sure if it's money involved, it's probably a lot less of emotion. So I can see how it could be. Could be that. So, but man, I want to again thank each and every one of you guys for coming in and supporting the stream and supporting me as well, man, because I really came through and I really did show up, man. Y'all showed up and y'all showed out. And this is the very first podcast that I have. I may have 1,000 or more after that, but I will never ever forget this one. And I really want to thank each and every one of you for coming through, showing your love, showing your support, and helping out. And I really want to thank the comment section as well. All you guys coming through and subscribing and hitting the like button and showing your love and supporting. This is a black owned business right here. I'm not a businessman. I'm a businessman. So yeah, so we all up in here. We doing our thing. I really do appreciate you guys for coming through, showing some love, and just vibing with us. And I want to thank you guys and thank you again, panel, for coming through, doing your thing, and being you. Do you have any final words that you would like to say? Let's start with Trap.
Oh no, good. Thanks for having me, man.
Blessings, blessings. Steve, man, anything that you would like to say in closing?
Hey, same thing with Trap, man. Thanks for having me. I really
Blessings.
appreciate it.
Appreciate you. I appreciate you. Ashanti, female that hold it
Thank you.
down on her own, that came in with three other guys and stood 10 toes down. What would you like to say as your final word, baby?
Same thing as them. Thanks for having me and keep going. You got
Thank you,
this.
thank you, thank you. How can I get your merch? Um, It's not available yet. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all see it, but it's not available quite yet. But as soon as I do and I get enough people asking for it, I would definitely find a revenue to do so. I know it. Yeah, I think I don't know how to. I had to get with Steve, man. Steve know how this thing work. But I believe that I believe that I will have to get it going. And I appreciate you, Terrell, for showing up. Dewan, Mr. Freeman, Samantha, all you guys for coming in and just and making it what it was. This is the very first time. I said I was gonna do it for a long time. Terrell know this, everybody know this, and we finally did it. So I really want to thank you guys again. So thank you, and thank you. All right, so we about to wrap it up. I really don't have anything to say other than again, thank you guys for coming through. And no matter what, if you got something that you want to do, go ahead and do it. Don't wait on anything or anyone to do it. Just step out there and do it. So watch out for Trap LLC. He has his own company as well as I believe he's starting gaming as well. You can catch him on Twitter at Trap LLC. I believe that's his handle. Steve is my man 100%. Check him out as well. He has multiple channels. He does gaming and I believe reviews as well. No, no, yeah, no. He has merch too, I believe. I believe he has merch as
Stop
well.
it. Stop.
Check
Stop.
him out 100% at DizRiz ENT. And then of course Queen Ashanti for coming through. She put her cash app up there. If y'all want to give her a little something, young and do that as well. She ain't playing no games about that money. Uh, and I am your host Marcus, and I want to thank you all again. And yes, we definitely need that merch, and I'll get that out to you. Thanks, Terrell, again for coming through, man. But y'all take it easy. Be safe out there, and we'll catch you guys next time. Peace out. All right, gents, we did it. We did it. Hold on, I think I still got my